So does that justify everything that you do?
Excuse me, let me tell you something. What do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. It's honor and family and loyalty. And some of us wanted a piece of the action. Now, we weren't educated like the Americans, but we had the balls to take what we wanted.
Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another live edition of On The Go right here on Driving to the Top Productions. And yep, I'm back. It's Haas, and I'm going to try and bring the sauce, but goddamn, it's cold. It's Wednesday, January 28th. Since freaking Sunday, it's been freezing. It's cold as shit. Every time I go outside, every freaking time I step outside, it's so goddamn cold. My damn overlay's frozen, as you can see above you. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Whether your hands are frozen or not, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on X at BigHoss337. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This show On The Go you can find on X and Instagram at OnTheGo_TXLA. Driving to the Top Productions. You know where to find them. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. This show is presented by Reverse Rogue Energy, the official game and drink of On The Go, and by POGGERS, the official vitamin supplement of On The Go. So whether you choose, go to either rogueenergy.com, download that on any mobile device on app, download the app, or go to poggers.shop, and there it is right there, OTG, to get 10% off of your order. Whether you choose POGGERS or Rogue Energy. Cold or not, I've got an exciting show for y'all today. I got quite a bit to talk about. I'm going to go out of my comfort zone and talk about stuff I ain't talked about in quite a while just to keep it rolling. But let's go ahead and get this ball rolling, shall we? But let's start things off in my state. Let's kick this show off in the 504. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, we're going to kick things off in my neck of the woods, or say my neck of the woods, actually far from my neck of the woods, in my state. We're going to start it off in the 504, and finally, I'm going to come on this show and not have to talk a lot of shit as we start this show off with the New Orleans Pelicans, because this is Take Flight. We're going to kick things off with the edition of Take Flight, where I do my New Orleans Pelicans basketball talk, because I doubted this team wrong. Yeah, I know they're not the best team in the NBA right now. They have been pretty rough, but since last stream, they've made me proud, because since last stream, they've only had 3 games and they've won 2 out of 3. I ain't going to complain about that. I thought they were going to lose. The losing streak was going to continue. No. Pelicans started it off with a win since last stream, and they started with a division win, a much needed division win. I'm trying to see when they played this fucking game. My phone's being a fucking bitch right now. Here we go. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies 133-127 back on Friday the 23rd. Beat the Grizzlies. And it started with Saddiq Bey, who led in points, 36 points. He also had 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Zion led in rebounds with 11. Also had 24 points, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and a block. Derrick Queen led in assists with 5, but he also ended the night with 8 points, 9 rebounds, 4 turnovers, and 3 steals. And to add it off, Jeremiah Fears, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. And that was against a division rival. But then this past Sunday, they went to San Antonio and took on one of the baddest teams in the West. They took on big, bad Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs and got the win over San Antonio in their house, 104-95. Big, big win against the number 2 team in the West. And what happened in this game? Saddiq Bey, second game in a row, he led in points. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Yves Missy led in rebounds with 14. He also had 10 points, 2 assists, and a turnover. Trey Murphy led in rebounds with 9 rebounds. He led in assists with 9, with 1 turnover, 17 points, and 6 rebounds. Zion even had 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists against the Spurs. Now, last night, they went on the road to play the defending champs. I will give them credit. Even though they lost the game, they pulled it off. When I mean pulled it off, they did not quit. They fought back. It wasn't a blowout. But hey, I'll take it. 104-95, they fell to the Thunder. But it's OKC. It's the champs. If this would have been in New Orleans, I think they could have pulled it off. But I probably would have been more pissed off if they lost at home. But hey, they hung with them in their house, and OKC is one of the toughest arenas to play in. Zion led in points in this game. 21 points, by the way. He also had 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals against the Thunder. Saddiq Bey led in rebounds and assists in this game. Saddiq had 13 rebounds and 5 assists, plus he had 1 turnover, but ended the night with 16 points. Jose Alvarado, I know it's been a while since we said his name, but Jose Alvarado back. He had this game 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 turnovers. Trey Murphy, 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in this one. Let's talk about some numbers for the New Orleans Pelicans right now. A couple team leaders so far this season. Zion is leading in points this season, averaging 22 points a game, with Derrick Queen leading in rebounds, averaging 7.4 rebounds per game and averaging 4.3 assists per game. Trey Murphy leading in steals, averaging 1.6 steal per game this season, and Missy leading in blocks, averaging 1.4 blocks per game as well. So not bad. Not bad numbers there, but I feel like they can do better. They need to do better because right now their current record is 12-37. That's not good numbers, but hey, hopefully we can win more games to try and prove something that, hey, when next season comes, this team ain't going to be no laughing stock right now. But what's next for the Pels? Well, they got 2 more games left to close out the month of January. Friday night, they're going to be back at home hosting Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies yet again. Memphis coming in that game 18-27, taking on a 12-37 Pels team. Then the Pels, following day, they hit the road. They go to Philly to play the Sixers, which I want to say their record's not as good as either. They're 25-21. Could be nice to pull an upset there. Then Monday, they go to Charlotte to play the Hornets on February 2nd. And then when I'm back on the air, next week's show, they're going to be playing the Milwaukee Bucks Wednesday night. I might have something by then, but I might not do a lot of predictions and what, not predictions, a lot of recaps. Because next week's Super Bowl week, I got a big Super Bowl week show lined up. Mainly focused on that, but I might bring up a couple things on the teams I cover and whatnot. You'll hear all that, but that's what the Pels got coming up next. All for throughout the week, about 4 games right there. One home game against Memphis, and then they go to Philly, go to Charlotte, and then go to Milwaukee, and then they go to Minnesota. They go to Minneapolis. Then after that, with all the shit they got going over there, Pelicans ain't gonna have another home game until February 9th. Against the Sacramento Kings. So then they're going to have a whole week on the road, 4 consecutive road trips after this Friday. So it's going to be damn near a week and a half till they have another home game at Smoothie King Center. But safe travels. I know with all the winter weather going on and whatnot, safe travels, especially if you're going to make any of them trips out there. But hey, I wanted to start the show off hot. Well, on a positive note with the New Orleans Pelicans. So I couldn't be more happy for them with what they've been doing, despite, they've had a 2-game win streak finally. And would have been nice to have a 3 game, but hey, I knew OKC was going to be tough. But that's all I got right there in the New Orleans talk. That was a quickie. Let's go ahead and go to Tigerland, shall we? Let's go ahead and take it to the 225. Let's go. Now that we in Tigerland, you know what? I'm going to start off positive again. You know, week after week, I've been keeping up with the transfer portal and LSU, and I have been very pleased with what we've been picking up in the transfer portal, courtesy of the transfer portal king himself in Lane Kiffin. I mean, I can go back to when I started bringing this up. You know, Jackson Harris from Hawaii, Racine Guillory from Utah, Malachi Thomas from Pitt, Trey Brown from Old Dominion, Ty Benfield from Boise State, Steph Island Green from Clemson, Rod Gainey Jr. from Charlotte, Jace Brown from Kansas State, Eugene Wilson from Florida, to finally getting some QBs like Sam Levitt from Arizona State, Landon Clark from Milan, Houston Longstreet from USC, even Dylan Jones from Wisconsin, and Princewell from Ole Miss. But within the last week, Kiffin strikes again. We get another big name from the transfer portal. We get one of the top offensive linemen from Colorado. So Lane Kiffin making some deals with Prime himself. They pick up Jordan Seaton, offensive tackle, to come to LSU. Who get back? Get back! Get back! Talk about a big add-on to that offensive line. I'm telling you, I've never been more ready for LSU football during the offseason, despite the shitty outcome we've had in the previous year. We might be 200 to something days until week 1. But how many more days? I cannot wait. I will make sure I'm at the National L Club spring football game this coming spring to get a preview of what Lane Kiffin picked up, because I am so ready. 1, 2, Boogie, Shorty, George.
Give me 1, 2, Boogie, and Shorty George. Shorty George.
Oh, I'm ready to see what we got coming up in next fall. Ooh, Lane Kiffin is about to turn this program around. I'm not get too comfortable. Like I said, I'm going to keep repeating it over and over. I have Lane Kiffin bringing this team to the playoffs his first year. At least. If we could go all the way, hell to the yes. But remember, the national championship is in Vegas. But in 2028, it's in New Orleans. The last 4 times it was in New Orleans? LSU was in the national championship. Won 3 out of 4. So by year 2, I hopefully can say Lane Kiffin brings his team to the national championship. We'll see. But lately, that's the last I've heard with the transfer portal, picking up offensive tackle Jordan Seaton. I haven't seen nothing else lately. I mean, I don't know if it closed or whatever. I don't know how long this thing can go where people can enter the transfer portal. I think it goes till at least spring football starts, and that don't usually start till about March. So, but I've always wondered how. I bet when it comes to players wanting to enter the transfer portal, or if it deals with NIL, I know they talk some shit. I mean, I bet quarterbacks, running backs, whatever, walk in them rooms and be like,
I passed for 3,500 yards last season, and I ain't even gonna touch a football until you get off your fat rich asses and renegotiate my bullshit contract.
oh, you know it goes in them rooms like that. And then when they can't make a deal, they just be like,
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
oh, buddy. Good shit right there. Well, that's all I got for the transfer portal. We just had one pickup in the last week in Jordan Seaton from Colorado. Let's go ahead and I guess we can go ahead and talk some LSU basketball. So let's go ahead and get the popcorn ready. Let's go ahead and talk the PMAX show. Let's go. Oh, intro. Where are you at? Here we go. This is the PMAX show where we're talking LSU basketball, and let's just go start positive. Let's start with Kim Mulkey's Tigers, who continues to dominate on the court. You know, ever since January 8th, they have been hot. They are now on a 5-game win streak in the SEC. But since last stream, they've played 2 games. Last Thursday, they went to College Station and got a dominant win over the Aggies. They beat Texas A&M 98-54. Here's some numbers in this game. Malaysia Fulwiley, 23 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Amaya Joyner led in rebounds with 11. She had 11 points, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Michaela Williams led in assists with 9. She also had 2 turnovers, 4 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals. Grace Knox, 19 points. Jada Richard, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. Kate Caval, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 turnover against the Aggies. And then this past Monday, despite the wintry storm we had, they were able to play a home game at the PMAC, didn't have to get rescheduled, and got a big win over the Florida Gators. They beat Florida 89-60. Currently, LSU now sits at 19-2 overall with a 5-2 SEC record, the number 6 team in the country. But I don't have a lot of stats on this one. I just know Jada Richard led in points with 20, and Amaya Joyner led in rebounds and assists with 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 turnover. You know what's crazy? Amaya Joyner didn't even have no points in that game. Did not score a single point, but she led in rebounds and assists. So what's next for Kim Mulkey's Tigers going into the weekend? Well, they got 1 more game left in the month of January. They're now, after the We Back Pet games, they're now doing the Play for K, which I want to see what that's about. Let's Play for K, which they host Arkansas. Play for K. Oh, the K-Yow. Their Play for K is a primary fundraising initiative of the K-Yow Cancer Fund. Also, this is great. So they're playing. It's for a cause. You know, you might. It's not Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but hey, it don't have to be October to go pink. Yeah, hell yes, I love shit like this. You know, I'm a big supporter of breast cancer awareness and whatnot. I always go pink in October, but great cause right here. Play for K. They host Arkansas tomorrow night at the PMAX, 7 p.m. tip-off, but you got to watch it on NCC+. What's after Arkansas? Sunday, another Play for K game. Well, they're actually going to play 2 more in the month of February. They'll play another one Super Bowl Sunday, early start time. But after Sunday, they host Alabama at the PMAC, a Play for K matchup. Top 25 matchup, too. Number 6 versus 24. 11 a.m. start time, and this one will be nationally televised on the SEC network. So 2 Play for K matchups for the weekend till next week's show. Let's go. Now, let's go talk about this fucking bullshit real quick. Let's talk about this shit-ass team. Matt McMahon's Tigers. You finally won an SEC game a week ago, but then you dropped your next 3. You know, last show I talked about their loss with Florida. But then they had 2 matchups they could have freaking won. I don't know what's up with this team. Saturday, you take on one of the toughest teams in the SEC. Should have beat this team, but you blew it. You lost to Arkansas 85-81. And then earlier today, at home, you hosted Mississippi State. And you blew that one too, 80-66.
You bunch of losers! You're working with a professional here!
Fucking guys, fucking team, man. They fucking suck.
I'm gonna hate fuck this shit out of you, ref!
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Don't let the record fool you, folks. They're 13-8 overall, but their SEC record is 1-7. And have they found our problem yet?
We ain't found shit!
They ain't found shit because this team continues to do what they do best.
They rip your heart out of your ass.
The most diabolical team for LSU athletics right now is this men's basketball team. I don't even want to bring numbers up, but in the Arkansas loss, Deaton Thomas Jr., 18 points, 5 assists, 3 turnovers. Pablo Tamba, 10 rebounds, 12 points, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Mike Nowako, 14 points and 5 rebounds. Max McKinnon, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers. And then earlier today against Mississippi State, Max McKinnon, 15 points, Pablo Tamba, 5 rebounds, Deaton Thomas Jr., 4 assists. This team is ass. And what's next? Well, overall, 9 more games left until this circus is over with. They go to South Carolina Saturday. And that's it. They don't play again till February 7th at home. So, finally, I'll get a little freaking break talking about this shithole team. Finally. Thank you, Jesus. And that's about all I got for 225 Talk. I can now go ahead and take it to my neck of the woods. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get ready to take it to the 337 to talk McNeese basketball, or I like to call the Bayou Bandit Duel. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bayou Bandit Duel, where I talk McNeese basketball. And let me just say, nothing's changed since the last couple weeks. McNeese has been on a roll. Yeah, despite last week, they did have another conference loss, but they're now back on a win streak now here, on a 3-game win streak. And this past Saturday, I was back at TLA, where they took on the University of New Orleans. And by the way, they're going to shift to LSU New Orleans and shift to purple and gold and drop navy and light blue in the coming summer, which I'm still not really approving of that. But McNeese got the win over New Orleans, 82-63, and they did it on Stranger Things theme night. I'm not really going to get into much detail of that. I'm going to wait till next week bring my guest on. He knows a lot about Stranger Things, and I'm going to kind of explain what I've experienced in person, and he can kind of explain everything in between there. I should have got some shit ready. I'm going to bring up later. I'm actually going to try and load up at the same time while I recap McNeese basketball real quick. But Larry Johnson led in that game, 26 points, 8 rebounds with 5 assists. Yeah, he also led in rebounds with 8. Garway, he led in everything against Uno. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. While Garway Duel in this game, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. Also in that game, Tyshawn Archie, 10 points, 4 assists, and 1 turnover. Great matchup, man. I need to try and go to another game. I know they got a big rivalry game this weekend. They're taking on Lamar for the second time this year, but with a lot of shit going on, and then they were talking about more freezing weather, it might affect road traveling issues and whatnot. So I'm probably just going to sit this one out again, but I might watch it on TV. Getting a couple things ready. And then last night, they were supposed to play on Monday, but due to the severe weather, freezing weather, they moved it to last night. But McNeese went to Southeastern. Second time this year they've played them. And they got the win over the Lions, 76-66. So they have swept the Lions in conference play in basketball. McNeese currently now sits 17-4 overall with a 10-2 record in the Southland Conference. A couple leaders in this game. Larry Johnson led in points, 20 points. He also had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers and 2 steals in that game. Oh man, I please get this name right. I've tried to say it before. Giannis Ninjanga.
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is gonna feel my wrath.
I said the first name right. It's the last name. Is it Njanga? Ndjonga. Is the N silent? Is it Dejanga? I don't know. I finally got JSN's last name right. Jackson Smith in Jigba. Shout out to Bryce Coots. Shout out to the Fox crew to help me remind me that I to say it as in Jigba. When I just say JSN. Which we'll talk more about them later. But got the win over Southeast. Yeah, Giannis 7 rebounds. But no points. Garway Duel, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, but he had 14 points against the Lions. And Javon Garcia, 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists against the Lions. So what's next for the Pokes? Like I said, big rivalry game. Battle of the Border, Part 2. This time, they go to Beaumont this Saturday, 6 p.m. on ESPN+. You know, I really, really want to go to this game. Even if the cheerleaders or the Cowgirl Kickers don't even travel, I'm going to try and go. I kind of really want to go, to be honest with you. I want to try and make as many more games as I can. We'll see what happens. But they got that game. And then Monday, February 2nd, they go to Nacogdoches to play the Lumberjacks of Stephen F. Austin. So back-to-back road games for the Pokes. They won't return home until February 7th, but that's Mardi Gras for us, so I won't be there for that. It'll probably be a while before I make another home game. I want to try and make at least one. Try and make the Houston Christian game before then, but I feel like it probably won't be until February 21st before I go to another home game to watch the Pokes. Hey, they're fun. They're fun to watch. They're a damn good team, even without Will Wade over there and Christian Shoemate. You know, they still got a great team. Bill Armstrong leading them back to the promised land. Oh, by the way, once again, another year, Lake McNeese is hosting the Southland Conference Championship Tournament at Townsley Law Arena. So tickets are available now. I forgot when the dates were. I think it's March 11th through the 14th, if I'm correct. Like, it's always hard trying to go to games because they always got to play like the final. Or they play like in the middle of the week. It might be March 9th through the 11th. I don't even remember. I'd have to like look it up again, but maybe by next week I can find. I'll have something for sure. Before we move any further, I just need to get a quick update on something. But that's all the talk I got. Oh, actually, you know what? I got something I can bring up that's going to happen hopefully in the 337. Louisiana's getting an arena football team again, folks. Let me put this up. But be on the lookout. 2027 arena football is coming back to South Louisiana. Where? We're still figuring that out just now. Because there's a team. Here we go. There's a team in Amarillo that is currently relocating. Hold on. I was seeing something. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to remember. There was an arena football team in Amarillo. They were called the Amarillo Dusters. Whatever league they were in, it was the American Indoor Football League or something like that. Now, I don't know what league they're going to be in 2027, because they got like the AF2, they got like intense football league, indoor football league, all like they got like different sorts of arena football leagues in the country now. Some you can't even find on television, you have to stream. But you know what happened the last time we had an arena football team in Louisiana? One game, and that was it. When they brought the voodoo back, I was lucky to be there for that one and done game. And it was an epic fail when they tried to put him in the AFL. But we're guaranteed we're getting a team in 2027 once they find a permanent home. But they're going to be called the Bayou Bucks. And I actually got a shot. This is what the logo is going to look like. And I like this. And perfect colors for hunting. Green and orange. I'm down for that. Bayou Bucks. I love it. And it's not the Louisiana Bucks. If it's the Bayou Bucks, I think it's in Lafayette. If you're going to play them in Lafayette, it's got to be at the Cajun Dome. It cannot be at Blackham Coliseum. You saw, I got to find that goddamn picture. Hold on. That's what the logo looks like. And here's a little preview of what they had for uniform ideas. All camouflage with orange. I like it. I'm all in for that. But I gotta share this picture if I still have it. The one time they did arena football in Lafayette, I got that picture somewhere. Oh, here it is. Wait, is the film? I think this picture's got a picture of it. See, this was the last time I went to an arena football game in Lafayette. Look at the damn field goal nets. That's like fencing. It's not even leveled. They had to use a strap to hold it up. Like, it was the biggest shit show circus. Even though they did win that game and it was enjoyable despite all the crap that came with it. So hopefully this image can be like a prime example of, look, they tried to bring arena football in Louisiana in 2023. Was an epic fail. We got to do better than that. But hopefully they can get their cards right 2027. But yep, coming in 2027 from Amarillo to somewhere in South Louisiana, it's the Bayou Bucks. There's the logo. There's your colors. And there's the uniform combo one more time. I'm all in for it. Like, I'm actually excited. And I think it's going to be in Lafayette. I'd be shocked if they did in Lake Charles, but I think it's going to be Lafayette. That's going to get this team. It's got to be. Well, all right, let's continue on with the show. Let's now take it to the 713. Let's go ahead to H-Town and do some talk here. Let's go. Well, welcome to the land where it just don't stop. Trunks pop, tops drops, and the front end hop. We're here to talk H-Town, but we're going to go ahead and start on a positive note. I'm repping them right now. They're currently playing right now. I got to go ahead and check this game out. But let's get the lighters out. Let's go ahead and talk the Houston Rockets because it's time to light the fuse.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up. Taking out like a rocket. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up, light it up, out like a rocket.
It is Light the Fuse, where we talk Houston Rockets basketball, and they're currently playing right now. Got a big rivalry game, I-10 showdown. Spurs, Rockets playing right now. Third period right now. Rockets leading 74-65. Hopefully by the end of the night, I will have an update on the Houston Rockets. But their previous 3 games, they've won 2 out of 3. Last Thursday, they did start off a game they should have won, but they lost in overtime in Philly against the Sixers. 128-122 was the final there. They fell to the Sixers. 128-122. Kevin Durant led in this game with points, 36 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 turnovers. But Tyree Eason led in rebounds with 9. 13 points, 2 assists, 1 turnover. Amen Thompson led an assist with 9. He also had 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 turnover. Shangoon, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers. And Jabari Smith, which prayers go out to him. He suffered a season-ending injury that's going to require surgery, so he's done for the rest of the 25-26 season. Hopefully he gets well soon and we can see him back for the upcoming season. So I think it's I forgot what the injury was. I think it was something with his shoulder. I'm gonna look it up real quick. But I know he's out for the rest of the season. Oh shit. But I know he's out. Oh fuck, what was it? Maybe something with his ankle? I don't remember. You're like, you know what? It's not Jabari Smith. Shit. It's not Jabari Smith. God damn it, that's the wrong name. It's Steven Adams that's out with it. It's an ankle injury, but wrong player. My bad. That's on me. I'm a fucking idiot. It's Steven Adams who's out for the rest of the season. You have to have surgery on his ankle. He actually injured it on the 18th against the Pelicans. So thoughts and prayers to him. Hopefully he'll get better soon and he'll be back. Again, Steven Adams, not Jabari Smith Jr. But that was the numbers against the Sixers. Now, they did get on a 2-game win streak. So this past Monday, they hosted the Memphis Grizzlies. No, not the Memphis Grizzlies. This past Friday, they went to Detroit and got the win over the Detroit Pistons, 111-104. KD led in points with 32. He also had 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Jabari Smith led in his rebounds with 10. 11 points, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Amin Thompson led in assists with 7, with 9 rebounds, 15 points, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Reed Shepherd with 18 points. And then this past Monday, they hosted the Grizzlies and got the win, 108-99 against the Memphis Grizzlies. Shangoon led in points and rebounds in this game, 33 points, 9 rebounds. 6 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 block, but Amin Thompson led in assists with 14, 4 turnovers and 8 points. KD, 33 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Tyree Easton, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 turnovers, and 2 steals. Hopefully by the end of the night, I'll get a final update on their game against the San Antonio Spurs, but what's next for the Houston Rockets after that? Tomorrow night, they go to Atlanta to play the Hawks. Saturday, they host the Dallas Mavericks, and it's live on ABC. I was hoping to be in H-Town this weekend, but unfortunately, I will not be there. Monday, February 2nd, they go to Indiana to play the Pacers. And next Wednesday, before I record, they host the Boston Celtics. So how about, I might have an early start time. So you know what? Dylan from the Worldly Podcast is coming back on next week. We're going to talk Super Bowl week, and pretty sure he's going to have a Boston Celtics t-shirt on. If he does, I'm going to rep Houston Rockets again next week. So we might bring that game up while we're on next week. If he's tuning in, wear your Celtic gear. I'm talking Boston Celtics, not Celtic FC. A couple stat leader so far this season for the Rockets. Kevin Durant is averaging 26.4 points per game, leading in that. Shangoon, across the board, he is leading in rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, averaging 9 rebounds per game, 6.4 assists per game, 1.5 steals per game, and 1 block per game. So another week, Shangoon across the board, minus averaging in points, leading with Kevin Durant. So that's all the talk I got right now for the Houston Rockets until I get an update on their game against the San Antonio Spurs. But let's go ahead and talk another H-Town team I love to follow. Let's talk the Houston Cougars real quick, because this is the Red Alert, folks.
Go Cougs, this is a Red Alert. C-O-U-G-A-R.
Who it's all about?
It's all about the Cougars.
It's all about the Cougars.
This is the Red Alert, where I talk Houston Cougar basketball, and currently they're playing right now, but hopefully by the time I get done talking about them and the rest of H-Town, their game should wrap up. They got 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. They're leading TCU. It was 59-58 they currently lead right now. Now, this past Saturday, they did take a L. One of the hottest games of the week. College Game Day kicked off their 2026 season at this game. They were in Lubbock, Texas for the second meeting with the Red Raiders and the Cougars. That night, unfortunately, belonged to Texas Tech. They got the win over Houston 90-86. So that currently puts the Cougars right now at 17-2 of the regular season with a conference record of 5-1. That was their second loss of the season. But remember, they lost to Tennessee. This is their first conference loss, and they dropped to the number 10 seed right now. Which, by the way, here's the top 25 for college basketball right now. All right, so top 25 right now. 1 Arizona, 2 UConn, 3 Michigan, 4 Duke, 5 Nebraska, 6 Gonzaga, 7 Michigan State, 8 Iowa State, 9 Illinois, 10 Houston, 11 Texas Tech, 12 Purdue, 13 BYU, 14 Kansas, 15 Arkansas, 16 North Carolina, 17 Virginia, 18 Vanderbilt, 19 Florida, 20 Louisville, 21 St. Louis, 22 Clemson, 23 Alabama, 24 Miami, Ohio, and 25 St. John's. That's the top 25 right now. But in that loss to Texas Tech, shout out to Kingston Flemings, heart and soul of the team right now. He led in that game 42 points against the Red Raiders. He also led in assists with 6. He also had 2 turnovers and 2 rebounds. Joseph Tugler led in rebounds with 7. He also had 4 points in that game. And Emmanuel Sharp with 20 points against the Red Raiders. They're still currently playing TCU right now. They're still on a damn commercial break. But what's next for the Cougars? This Saturday, they're back at Fertitta hosting Cincinnati. Another game I wish I could have been at, but I won't be there, but I'm going to watch it. But next Wednesday, while on the air, they're also back at home. They're going to host UCF on FS1. So just 2 back-to-back home games I'm going to bring up on next week's stream. And hopefully we can get back in the win column starting tonight. I think they got this game locked in. They can just finish freaking playing ball so I can get a final update on the Houston Cougars. But I'm gonna talk something else real quick, Houston related, before I just go on and rant about some other shit on the show. Coming in March, you got that spring football league, the United Football League. Well, they finally dropped the schedules for all 8 teams. Now, yes, there's going to be some changes in the UFL. They've dropped some teams and picked up some new ones or made some changes. Well, Houston still has a football team, but they went back to a whole nother mascot. All the years of being the Houston Roughnecks, they're going back to their USFL team, the Houston Gamblers. That's going to be their new team, their new home. They're going to be playing at the Shell Energy Stadium, which is also the home of the Houston Dynamo. But I want to see, before I reveal their schedule, I want to see rebranded teams returning 100% short: the Birmingham Stallions, the DC Defenders, and the St. Louis Battlehawks. 3 new teams. Well, I'm going to bring that up second. Houston and Dallas still got teams, but making change. Nothing really for Dallas. They're just changing the city name. They're still the Renegades, but they went from the Arlington Renegades to the Dallas Renegades. Houston had changed mascots. They went from the Houston Roughnecks now to the Houston Gamblers. And now they're bringing 3 new teams: the Orlando Storm, the Louisville Kings, and a new team coming in Columbus, Ohio, the Columbus Aviators. So 8 teams, and I don't even think they're like not really. Are they really? As I'm looking at the schedule again, they're okay. So there are 3 teams on this schedule. They're going to play twice, so I'm going to assume that's their new conference. But yes, here is the 2026 Houston Gamblers football schedule for the upcoming season. 10 games, 5 home games, 5 road games, and 3 teams are going to play twice. And shockingly, their opponent for week 1, which you could call it a rivalry because they're the only 2 teams in Texas, they're not playing twice. They're not in the same conference. They're opening up the season March 28th against the Dallas Renegades on the road. Their home opener will be April 5th, week 2, against the Birmingham Stallions. Week 3, they go on the road April 11th to play the DC Defenders. Week 4 and 5, back-to-back home games. Week 4, they host the Louisville Kings. And then week 5, they host the Columbus Aviators. But how about this? They're going to play the Aviators back-to-back because week 6, they play them again, but this time they go on the road to play the Aviators. So week 5, week 6, back-to-back games with Columbus. You could kind of say it's a conference matchup. Week 7, they're at home against the Orlando Storm. Then week 8, and 9, back-to-back games against the same team. So this team is also a division opponent, the St. Louis Battlehawks, one of the OGs. So week 8, May 16th in St. Louis. Week 9, Memorial Day weekend, May 24th in Houston, and that's their final home game. And then week 10, May 30th, they go on the road to play the Birmingham Stallions. So it looks like the Gamblers, the Aviators, the Battlehawks, and the Stallions are in a division together, while the Renegades, the Defenders, and the Storm, I missed another team. Kings, Defenders, Storm, and the Renegades. So, yeah, they're going to play every team. So, yeah, that's basically the division right there. They're playing every team. So, you heard it again. One division, you got the Gamblers, the Stallions, the Battlehawks, and the Aviators. And in the other division, you got the Renegades, the Defenders, the Kings, and the Storm. Okay. That's about all the H-Town talk I got right now until I get an update on these other 2 basketball games. But let's talk about what we've got coming up next week, because the biggest football game of the year is officially set. We already know who's going to the big dance. Super Bowl 60, February 8th. You got a Super Bowl 49 rematch. You got Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Drake May and the New England Patriots. Let's go back to the AFC Championship game. Patriots beat the Broncos 10-7. How do you think this game would have came out if Bo Nix played? You think the Broncos would have pulled it off and we'd have got Broncos Seahawks on a 48 rematch? Or would have saw something different? What you guys think? Let's look at some numbers here. Drake May, 10 for 21 in passing. 86 total yards. Did not even throw a single touchdown pass. Ramondre Stevenson led in rushing. He had 25 carries for 71 yards. Drake May also had 10 carries for 65 yards and a rushing touchdown. The only touchdown in the game. Mac Hollins led in receiving. He had 2 catches for 51 yards. Stephon Diggs, 5 catches for 17 yards. Patriots defense, 59 total tackles, 35 solo, 3 sacks. Courtesy of Christian Gonzalez, Christian Ellis, and Christian after 3 different Christians had some sacks and 4 tackles for a loss for the Patriots. For the Broncos, not bad for the backup QB, Jarrett Stidham, 17 for 31, 133 passing yards. He did throw one touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton. He went 3 catches for 17 yards. His touchdown was for 5 yards. He did throw an interception in that game. RJ Harvey led in rushing. He had 13 carries for 37 yards. Jarrett Stidham also had 4 carries for 23. Marvin Mims led in receiving, 4 catches for 62 yards. RJ Harvey had 4 catches for 22. Evan Ingram, 2 catches for 19. Broncos defense, 77 total tackles, 32 solo, 8 tackles for a loss. And I have to play it. They also had 5. They had me. You know I wasn't going to go a night without playing that, and then that was my excuse of playing it. But heck of a game, even though the snow got involved in the second half of the game. First quarter, beautiful sighting in Denver. Fourth quarter, it was a damn snowstorm over there. And then a big thank you to the 206. Big thank you to the Seattle Seahawks. Because as a Saints fan, we still can't get over what happened in 2019. We'll never get over that no call. But thank you to the Seahawks. The LA Rams have been eliminated. 31-27. We ain't got to worry about the Rams making it to the Super Bowl. Thank you, Jesus. But I just want to let me get the numbers out before I do any more shit talking. Let's start with the Seahawks. NFC champs. Sam Darnold, 25 for 36. 346 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in this game. 3 touchdown passes. K9, Kenneth Walker led in rushing, 19 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. JSN, 10 catches for 153 yards and 1 touchdown. Rashid Shaheed, 1 catch for 51 yards. Kenneth Walker, 4 catches for 49 yards. Cooper Kupp, 4 catches for 36 yards. Jake Bobo had 1 catch for a 17-yard touchdown. Yeah, the Seahawks did fumble the ball twice, but they recovered it. Defense, 60 total tackles, 36 solo, 1 sack, courtesy of DeMarcus Lawrence, and 1 tackle for a loss for the Seahawks. Now the Rams, bitch asses, Matthew Stafford, 22 for 35, 374 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had 2 carries for 16 yards, but Blake Corum led in rushing, 9 carries for 55 yards. Kyron Williams, 10 carries for 39 yards. Nakua, 9 led in receiving, 9 catches for 165 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 4 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown. Kobe Parkinson, 3 catches for 62 yards. Fumbled the ball 4 times, but only lost the ball once and recovered 2 out of those 4 fumbles. Defense had 68 total tackles, 38 solo, 3 sacks, and 8 tackles for a loss in that game. Game had me on the edge of my seat, but the 12th man was there. They got the job done, and thanks to them, we ain't got to worry about the Rams. Fuck Sean McVay. Fuck Matthew Stafford. Fuck the LA Rams. You bitch. You bitch. You ain't sick. You a bitch. A bitch. You 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 bitch. Fuck you. Courtesy of the New Orleans Saints. Thank you, Seahawks. Going to be a hell of a game, and we're going to preview that next week when I do my Super Bowl week show. As of right now, we got 1 minute and 25 left. Houston's up 72-65 over TCU. This game's about to wrap up. While the Rockets, they got a long way to go. They got 38 seconds left in the third. Oh, you're going to show KD's highlights and block the score? 83-82. But KD's on the free throw line, so he usually makes his free throw shots. They're about to be up 85-82. Or 84-82, I'm sorry. 2-point game. Well, I might not have a final update on the Spurs game, but I'm about to have one on this one. But let's move on. I got a couple more things left. Speaking of basketball, there is some drama going on in the NBA right now. Shout out to all Chicago's Bulls fans for this one. This one's for y'all. But how long has it been since Chicago Bull had his jersey retired? It's been quite a while. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull that up and see if I can get something, because this past weekend, Derrick Rose gets his jersey retired with the Chicago Bulls. And there was a lot of negativity about that. All because he didn't win a championship with the Bulls. And a lot of people were complaining that how the hell did he get his jersey retired before? No, I don't want to keep before. How did he get his before Dennis Rodman? That's what it was. Last I checked, Dennis Rodman did get his jersey retired with a team he actually helped win a championship, the Detroit Pistons. Yeah, he hopped on right when they had the dynasty with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and all them. But remember, Dennis Rodman, yeah, he didn't start with the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, I know he started his career with the Detroit Pistons. And that's where he made a name for himself. He won 2 NBA championships with the Pistons. And yes, and he does have his number 10 jersey retired. Now, he is in the Chicago Bulls Ring of Honor. I'm pretty, will he get his jersey retired with the Chicago Bulls? Maybe. But you ain't got to like. Okay, so the last man to get his jersey retired with the Chicago Bulls, the last only 5 players got their only 5 Bulls players got their jersey retired. The last one to get his jersey retired was Scottie Pippen, and that was 21 years ago. So, if you're a Bulls fan or not, I'm going to give you the rundown of how they retired numbers here. So, Jerry Sloan was the first man to get his jersey retired with the Bulls. He got it retired in 1978. Then in 1994, Bob Love and then Michael Jordan got his jersey retired. So, Jordan did get Jordan got his jersey retired while, he left basketball to go play baseball. But when he came back for the next three-peat, he did wear his number again. He at the 40, I get 23. I'd rather 23 than 45. But Scottie Pippen was the last one to get his jersey retired, and that was in 2005. Now, in between that, Phil Jackson got a banner hanging up there. Johnny Kerr got a banner up there as a broadcaster, business manager, and coach. He got his honorary retired in 2009, and Jerry Cross in 2003. So, Derrick Rose got his first player to get his jersey retired since Scottie Pippen. Now, let's run his career with the Chicago Bulls. He's been with the Bulls from 2008 to 2016. That's a long-ass run. Despite that, after his run with the Bulls, he did play 2 seasons with the Knicks, a season with the Cavs, season with the Timberwolves, 3 seasons with the Pistons, a couple seasons and then he ended his career with the Grizzlies. MVP in 2011, 3-time NBA All-Star from 2010 to 2012. He was on All-NBA First Team in 2011, Rookie of the Year, and All-Rookie First Team in 2009. That's just as a pro. While he was at Memphis or in high school, no, he played his college career at Memphis, but he is a Chicago native. He went to Simeon Career Academy in Chicago. 2007, he was Illinois Mr. Basketball, and he was a McDonald's All-American. While in college, he was third-team All-American AP in, NABC, National Association of Basketball Coaches, in 2008. His career stats, 12,573 total points, with averaging 17.4 points per game, 2,324 rebounds, averaging 3.2 rebounds per game, 3,770 assists, averaging 5.2 assists per game. And he's also a two-time Olympic gold medalist. He was on Team USA in 2000, not Team USA. Team USA. 2010 in Turkey and 2014 in Spain, he won a gold medal for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Not FIFA, FIBA. I didn't even know they still did this shit. But yeah, two-time Olympic gold medalist. So maybe, he may have not brought the Bulls championship, but I think he deserved. Fuck all the haters talking shit on Derrick Rose. Dennis Rodman already got a jersey retired with Detroit. Yeah, does he have to have it retired with the Bulls? I think but maybe one day it's gonna come. I trust the process. With all that drama. Oh, speaking of drama, going back to the Super Bowl. A couple Super Bowl halftime drama here. I know a lot of people. I know year after year, people have been talking shit about the Super Bowl halftime show. This year's Bad Bunny. A lot of people are bitching for so many reasons. Whether, because he's Puerto Rican. He speaks Spanish. Yes. He don't speak a lot of English. I know a lot of his songs are in Spanish. I know we're not going to really understand all of them. So then something come about, if he performs in a dress. I don't recall Bad Bunny wearing a dress. Am I missing something here? Did he really perform in a dress? Because the last time I remember Bad Bunny was in a big talk, you guys were kissing his ass when he had that role in Happy Gilmore 2. Now, I'm not the biggest Bad Bunny fan. I don't know a lot of Bad Bunny songs. I can probably name 2 songs, Booker T and Shambaya. And for all the wrestling fans, they know what those songs are. Shambaya was the one he came out to when he faced Damian Priest at Backlash in Puerto Rico, in San Juan. So, and I know times have changed, lately with the Super Bowl halftime shows, everybody's been going hip-hop or pop. We're not really playing classic rock and roll or rock music anymore. Damn sure ain't playing no country. I don't want to hear no fucking country music in a halftime show. If we're going to hear country music today, you got to have 1 or 3 people. You got to have Luke Combs, Lainey Wilson, or Post Malone for the Super Bowl halftime show. Not freaking Florida Georgia Line, not Kane Brown, not Sam Hunt. Florida Georgia Line, them motherfuckers ain't country. And we don't need no country singers that's going to put us to sleep. No disrespect to one of the all-time greats in George Strait. But I need a halftime show to get me rowdy, not to put me to sleep or talk about depression. No. Nowadays, it's hard to get a rapper these days. Like, you're never going to see Lil Wayne in a halftime show unless he plays something actually appropriate. You're never going to see NBA Youngboy with the shit he raps about. Kevin Gates, Boosie. It'd be hard to get them guys. I mean, who have we've had hip-hop lately in the past that were damn good? Black Eyed Peas, they were good. Bruno Mars, Rihanna, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott. Well, he was an extra with Maroon 5. We've had some good hip-hop singers. Like, we've had Usher, Lil Jon and Ludacris. We need a Lil Jon and the East Side Boys for a halftime show. We need Outkast. We need like some good hip-hop artists from the 2000s. That's what we need for a damn good halftime show. Now, pop, we've had some big pop singers over the years. We've had like Katy Perry, Lady Gaga. Shockingly, we hadn't had Taylor Swift yet, but I wouldn't be surprised down the road that happens. Who else we've had in the pop world? Madonna. We've had her. She was good. We've had Black Eyed Peas, even though they're a rap group. They were damn good. Madonna was good. We had Coldplay. All right, breaking news. While I'm talking about these halftime performances, we had J-Lo and Shakira. We had The Weeknd. That was another good halftime show. Oh, we had one of my favorite hip-hop performances with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem. Great hip-hop performance. Oh, Houston beat TCU 79-70, folks. About to wait a minute till we get that. But that's all I got on a halftime rant. Maybe for the near future. Why don't we get like Metallica or AC/DC? If you want to bring up rock music, let's get them guys. You want a badass rock halftime show? That's another good idea. All right, moving on. It's been a while since I talked UFC, but UFC got its first pay-per-view event since they got their new home on Paramount Plus. Let's go ahead and recap UFC 324 that happened in Vegas this past weekend. I'm going to go ahead and play this real quick in case I can't get people's names right.
If one of y'all says some silly-ass name, this whole class is going to feel my wrath.
So here's the card. If you watch the preliminary card on Paramount Plus or Fight Pass, Ty Miller defeated Adam Fugit by TKO in the first round. 1 second shy of the 5-minute mark. Josh Hokett defeated Denzel Freeman by TKO in the first round. Then on the preliminary card on Paramount Plus, Alex Perez defeated Charles Johnson by TKO in the first round. Nikita Krylov defeated Modestas Bukauskas by knockout in the third round. Atiba Gauthier defeated Andre Polave by unanimous decision. And Umar Nurmagomedov, I said it right, defeated Davidson Figueiredo by unanimous decision. Main card, Jean Silva defeated Arnold Allen by unanimous decision. Natalia Silva defeated Rose Namajunas by unanimous decision. Waldo Cortez Acosta defeated Derrick Lewis by TKO. And then these two badass main events. Sean O'Malley does it again. He beats Song Yadong by unanimous decision. And in the main event, this was only the first pay-per-view of 2026. And I think we got our fight of the year. Justin Gaethje defeated Paddy Pimblett by unanimous decision. It should have been a TKO. This was a fucking great fight to end by a unanimous decision. I wish we could have seen a knockout. Unfortunately, we didn't. And hell, we don't even have to wait long for the next one. This coming Saturday, we got another pay-per-view. When was the last time UFC did back-to-back pay-per-views? Well, we got UFC 235 next, coming to you from Sydney, Australia. Kudos Bank Arena. Volkanovski versus Lopez. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez for the second time, and it's for the featherweight championship. What time are they going to have these fights? Don't tell me I'm going to have to get up at 5 a.m. or 6 o'clock to watch this shit. Dan Hooker versus Benoit St. Denis. Rafael Fitzev versus Mauricio Ruffy. Tai Tovasa versus Taliesin Texera. And Quillian Sakili versus Jamie Malarkey. That's the card right now. If I tune in, I'm only going to tune in for the main event. I want to see what time they're going to start this shit. If it's in Australia, you know damn well they'll probably start at freaking 6 in the morning or something. Oh, wow. It's a night show. Oh, I'm watching another one. Ooh, 1, 2, Boogie, Shorty George.
Give me 1, 2, Boogie, and Shorty George. Shorty George.
Well, see, now it makes sense. In Australia, it's February 1st, 2026. But in America, we'll get to watch it January 31st, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Get back! Get back! I love that. I love that. And hell, I like how they moved it an hour back. Remember we used to have to 10 p.m. Eastern, they used to do that. I guess now with Paramount Plus, they moved it an hour back. I approve that. So I'm going to have a busy Saturday. I'm going to be watching the Royal Rumble and UFC 325. I'm a happy camper, folks. All right, let me do a quick recap on the Houston Cougars real quick. So, Houston Cougars get another conference win. They beat TCU 79-70. So now they're 18-2 overall and now 5-1 in conference play. Let's see some numbers here before we move forward, because I don't have much left. We're going to talk WWE real quick. I'm going to run it down, and then I'm going to call it a night. Kingston Flemings led in this game with 27 points. Chris Sinnock Jr. led in rebounds with 14. And Kingston Flemings led in assists with 5 assists and 4 turnovers in this game. Kingston Flemings also had 5 rebounds. Let's see. Emmanuel Sharp, 23 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 turnover. Milos Uzan, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers. Not bad. 79-70, I like it. Now, I know it's been a while since I've talked anything wrestling, but with football going away until the UFL comes, there ain't going to be much left to talk about. I might talk NASCAR on the show again with big races like the Daytona 500 or whatnot, but maybe not every week. But I'm still doing the Rich and Haas thing. We're working on doing a Royal Rumble prediction show that Saturday morning, but I'm going to give you my picks on the show, a little preview. But first, let's talk everyone's favorite wrestling game coming up, WWE 2K26. They just revealed the covers earlier this throughout the week. First time ever we're getting 4 covers. Do we really need 4? And I got the prices set for y'all. So here's your standard cover for 2K26. It is CM Punk. And if you want to buy the standard edition, it's the usual price, $69.99. The actual release date is March 13th. So if you want the standard edition, you got to wait till March 13th. So you have that. And then we're going to have 3 special editions. First off, we got what I'm most likely going to get, and my most favorite cover of the video game, the Attitude Era edition. I started watching WWE in the Attitude Era. I can't wait to see what other features or storylines are going to have on here. But if you want the Attitude Era edition, $99.99. And it's currently available to pre-order right now on Xbox. Then you got, I'm going to jump the gun here. This will be the most expensive edition. The Monday Night War edition. This is going to be the highest price you can get, $149.99. This one also is available to pre-order right now on Xbox, on Microsoft or Sony or wherever, whether you choose Xbox Series S or X or PlayStation 5. These 2 you can pre-order right now, but I'm not hating on the cover, but a lot of people were bitching about this cover, like, where's Sting at? Or where's this guy? If this had been up to me, I'd have put all world champions on this. On the WWF side, I'd have took China off. Maybe replaced her with like Kane or Mankind. The WCW side, I'd took Eric Bischoff and Scott Hall off. Would have put Sting in there. If I'd have put another world champion in there, I probably would have put like Diamond Dallas Page or something. But I'm not really hating on the cover, but that's going to be the highest one, $149.99. And then for a bonus, we're also getting a King of Kings edition with Triple H on the cover. This one will be available for pre-order on Friday, January 30th, and it's going to be $129.99. So whichever you choose, I've said my most favorite cover is the Attitude Era one. But watch my ass get the Monday Night War edition. But I'm going to look and see like what all comes with everything, because there might be some stuff I don't really care for that, you know what, I might just save a few bucks and I will get the Attitude Era edition instead of the Monday Night War edition. I mean, I can always go on and just download the story, like the Monday Night War showcase, and still play it on the Attitude Era. But everyone was saying their takes on the covers, but you heard them here. Remember, official release date is March 13th, 2026, if you want the standard edition. Attitude Era edition, Monday Night War edition, available now to pre-order. King of Kings edition will be available to pre-order on January 30th. Oh, by the way, sorry for the wait. Big shout out to Frost Buddy. New one come in. I got an XL edition. This one's called Texas Tea. You can fit 20-ounce bottles in here. This is actually a 16.9. But it also comes with like an extended lid. If you could put a 24-ounce can in here as well. XL size. This one's called Texas Tea. I love it. Shout out to Brock and Frost Buddy. Still trying to get an affiliation with them, but you know it's going to hold it back. I have to make a TikTok account. And I really don't want to do a TikTok account. But if I ever do one, it'll be for On The Go. It won't be a personal one for me. I'll just make it that way. I can finally get this deal finalized and I can be an official affiliate with Frost Buddy and advertise this stuff because I absolutely love these. I still got that LSU one. It's back there somewhere. Might even play with it on here and show you how they work. Because I love watching people's reactions on the Frost Buddies. So hopefully in the future, if I had to pick a late New Year's resolution for 2026, be an official affiliate with Frost Buddy. The official affiliate of On The Go is Frost Buddy. We're going to make it happen, most likely. All right, I'm about to wrap this show up. I haven't talked WWE on this show in a while because I do a special segment on Driving to the Top Productions with Rich. We call it Rich and Hoss, where we get together on Saturday mornings and talk wrestling. We're actually on the works of doing something this Saturday to preview the Royal Rumble, but I'm going to just go ahead and give you my predictions right now in case it don't happen. WWE's first PLE of 2026 to kick off the road to WrestleMania. It's the Royal Rumble. First time ever it's going overseas, and it's going to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia during Riyadh season. In a stadium that didn't really take them 4 weeks to build. They're calling it Riyadh Season Stadium at the King Abdullah Financial District. So it's going to be like in downtown Riyadh. As of right now, 4 matches are on the card because you got 2 Royal Rumble matches that each are going to last an hour. Let's go ahead and predict these now. We'll start AJ Styles versus Gunther, and this is a career-threatening match for AJ. AJ has to win this match or he will be forced to retire from in-ring competition. And good thing it's not on Saturday night's main event because the last 2 times Gunther ended careers, he ended Goldberg's career and John Cena's, both on Saturday night's main event. AJ Styles did plan to retire in 2026, but man, is he going to retire early? Everyone believes this is it for AJ. He just had a banger of a match with Nakamura last week on Saturday night's main event. He had a hell of a match with CM Punk on Raw, despite Finn Balor screwing the match up. But if this is AJ's last match, it was a hell of a ride enjoying watching him. And it was 10 years ago at the Royal Rumble he made his WWE debut. And I know he's a Grand Slam champion finally. Let's look at some career stats for AJ. By the way, I think this is going to be the end too. I got Gunther beating AJ Styles. I'm just going to look at his career from TNA and WWE. I know he made a hell of a name in TNA. He was the heart and soul of TNA. 3-time NWA World Champion, 2-time TNA World Champion. 6-time, and he was the inaugural TNA X Division champion. 2-time, whether you call it the Legends Championship, the Global Championship, or the Television Championship. He won that belt twice. 4-time NWA World Tag Team Champion. He won it twice with Christopher Daniels, once with Jerry Lynn, and once with Abyss. 2-time TNA World Tag Team Champion, once with Tomko and once with Kurt Angle. He was the first TNA Triple Crown champ, and he was a Triple Crown champion 5 times, and he was the first TNA Grand Slam champion, and he did it 2 times. Outside of that, he's won a Bound for Glory series in 2013. He won the Gauntlet for the Gold in 2007, where he earned a tag team title shot, and he won a number 1 contenders tournament in 2009. 2-time TNA year-end award winner. Feud of the year in 2005 with Christopher Daniels. Finisher of the year in 2003 with the Styles Clash. Match of the year in 2006 with Christopher Daniels against LAX at No Surrender in 2006. He also got Match of the Year in 2009 against Sting at Bound for Glory. 3-time Mr. TNA, 3 years in a row from 2003 to 2005. Tag Team of the Year in 2006 with Christopher Daniels, and 2-time back-to-back X Division Star of the Year in 2004 and 2005. You know what? I'll even bring up Ring of Honor. He was the first inaugural Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Champion, and he's also a former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion with Amazing Red. But in WWE, 2-time WWE Champion, former Intercontinental Champion, 3-time United States Champion, 2-time World Tag Team Champion. He won it with Omos and won it with Dragon Lee. He was the 32nd Triple Crown, 15th Grand Slam. And a Slammy Award winner. He got Match of the Year in 2020 with The Undertaker in that cinematic Boneyard match at WrestleMania 36. That main evented, by the way. Hell of a career, but I'm going to have to go with Gunther, unfortunately. Undisputed WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. First off, thank God they finally gave Drew the belt back. And he's actually going to have a decent run with it. He won it in front of a crowd. He won it in Germany. And rumors they're planning on him keeping it going into WrestleMania. But Sami Zayn, I get it. They're only doing it because they're going to Saudi Arabia. He's Syrian descent. He dresses like the damn Taliban every time he goes to Saudi Arabia. It's just a feel-good moment for the fans. But he's not WWE champion material. I'm sorry. Everybody's riding on him to probably win the title at WrestleMania when they go to Riyadh next year. But he won't win it at the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre is retaining that title. The 30 Women's Royal Rumble. It's hard to tell who can win right now because as of right now in this Rumble match, we got like Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley, Lyra, Valkyria, Asuka, Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Julia, Maxine Dupree, and Becky Lynch. That's the current women in the Rumble that declared right now. As of right now, I'm gonna pick 2 names off this list. My main pick, I'll go ahead and say Liv Morgan. A backup. Something tells me if she comes back, we might get a second 2-time winner. And if she comes back, I'm talking Bianca Belair. Because isn't there a rumor we could get a Bianca Jade feud down the road? Jade's the WWE Women's Champion right now. Let's say Bianca comes back and wins it. I think she'll face Jade. If Liv wins it, I think she stays on Raw and faces Stephanie Valkyrie. And then finally, we got the 30-man Royal Rumble match. As of right now, we got guys like Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Javon Evans, Oba Femi, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar as of right now. My main pick right now is Roman Reigns. Whether if they have him and Cody go feud, I'm going to just go off a limb and say he does win it. And if he wins it, I think he faces CM Punk. If I had to pick a backup, oh, man. Oh, Seth Rollins did declare he's not in the Royal Rumble, so I'm not going to say Seth Rollins. But, hey, we've been fooled once about with a fake injury. But if I'm going to pick anybody off this list, I'm going to go ahead and say Randy Orton. If Randy Orton does tie Stone Cold's record, winning 3 Royal Rumbles. Because we haven't gotten Randy. We've been wanting Randy Orton back in the title picture, and we've been hearing he's going to eventually get one down the road. So I'll just say that as of right now. Main pick's Roman to win a second. Backup is Randy Orton tying Stone Cold's record. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because they still got 3 minutes left to play, and I don't feel like waiting that long. But the Rockets are, last I saw, they're trailing the Spurs 107-96 with 2:39 left to go. Not going to give no numbers, nothing. Well, I'll just put it away. But this will wrap up tonight's show. Thank y'all for tuning in. This was fun. I will catch you guys next Wednesday night on February 4th. Dylan from the Worldly Podcast is coming back on, and we're going to do our Super Bowl 60 preview show where we'll break down the game, give our thoughts, talk some Super Bowl moments and memories, favorite Super Bowl halftime shows. Mainly focus on the Super Bowl, but I'll bring up some basketball talk in between because my Rockets are playing his Celtics, and we're probably going to bring that up. Probably talk some Houston Cougar basketball because we both love the Cougs. Talk LSU's boys team. He's going to give me his take on Stranger Things theme nights when I bring up what happened at McNeese and all that. It's going to be a good show. Be sure to tune in. And we'll have a different start time. We're not going to start this one at 9 p.m. I'll probably start at around 7:30. Probably the best time for him and I. But be tuned. Be sure to tune in. You're a Seahawks fan or a Pats fan, please pop in. Hear us talk about Super Bowl 60. But it's going to be a fun one. But this was fun. Stay warm out there. We got more winter weather coming. It ain't going to get no better. But thank y'all. God bless. Peace, love. I'm out. See y'all next week.